Hey there, how's your day? I'm going to paint some really loose flowers. I'm really enjoying the kind of abstract, lost and found um, feeling of abstract flowers that I've been painting lately. I've got some of this paint ready because I want it to be fast because I don't want it to be bogged down by worrying about details, worrying about where things are supposed to go. I'm just going to sort of go by instinct because I want it to be abstract. I want it to feel fresh. So I'm going to do some poppies. So I've got some reds, some oranges. I've got a dark for the middle. I've got some greens for the stems. I've got everything wet, as you can see. And I've got a smallish piece of paper because I don't want this to be too long. So I don't have a big pot of red mixed yet because I want to be able to start light and work dark. And I'm going to make some red centers. I'm going to let the flowers kind of live together. Around my brush as I go, kind of pull different directions. Twist my brush as I go, because that way I'm lifting some up and leaving some down. Okay, and I'm leaving some spaces between everything where I can do some stems. All right, I've got a smaller brush. I'm going to mix some reds, some of this dark color, a little bit of orange. Then I'm going to bring this back around. Sorry, hope you're not nauseous. I'm going to kind of tap this in some perhaps centers. There might be some of these poppy centers. And I'm using a wet on wet, oh no, excuse me, I could talk, a wet on wet technique. Which means for a lot of this, I'm going to use the wetness of the paper to pull some of this pigment around. It makes it really interesting, a more unplanned, a more, I think, natural kind of feel. I'm going to pull that around and see the water's dispersing. In some places it's not, and I'm going to leave that like that because I think that's fun later. So poppies have some large petals. I'm going to do a little bit of this, but I'm going to leave a lot of it unfinished, undefined. Yesterday, if you were watching, I did some purple and blue flowers, and some of them were really light, and some of them, or some of them were not light, but some of them had more detail than other, and I really liked the feeling of the ones that didn't have as much like forced detail. I kind of want things to have a life of their own. So I've got my brush, I've got my dark paint here. Oh my gosh. Poppy's centers have, of course, lots of little sections. So I'm going to do lots of dots instead of just filling it all in black. That way it'll fill in, but it also has some more texture. I'm lifting some of this up because I feel like it's getting too puddly. You want to have just enough water to move things around, but not so much that it's going to dry and leave wet shapes that aren't planned. Paper towel action. that dries a little bit, I'm gonna drop my paintbrush. Isn't that how it works? Oh, life is a challenge. All right. Stems, green things. Yay! These guys are in pretty close to each other. So, there's not going to be a whole ton. Got a teeny brush. I'm not holding it very tight. So these upper flowers, they started somewhere, right? This is really bugging me in here. Okay. Touch and pull and lift back up. It's a great way to make some little leaves. Kind of have in my head how poppy leaves might go, but also I'm sure that these are in a spot where other flowers are growing too, so variety of leaves is fine. That's about all I'm gonna do. I like a lost and found quality to things. If I were to do anything differently next time, I would leave some of these outer petals even lighter. Well, hope you found something in here that you enjoyed. Take care.